As you prepare to get your driver's license, did you know at the same time you get your license, you can also become a hero? That's right. There are currently more than 100,000 men, women, and children nationwide waiting for a life-saving organ transplant, and you can give them hope. To put that number into perspective, that's enough people to fill Lucas Oil Stadium 2 times. Some people wait at hospitals, some wait at home, some wait for days while others can wait for many years. No matter their situation, they're all waiting, clinging to hope. Indiana resident Donna Arch understands that wait all too well.
So on August 11th, I just didn't feel right at all. I told Darian, I said, something's not right. I get into the hospital, they get me back to emergency. Like 10 minutes after they get me back, the doctor comes in and he's like, Mrs. Arch, I got some rough news for you. He said, your kidneys just failed.
It's a scary moment to know that you only have one parent left and you're trying to do everything for them, and making sure my mom receives an organ is like #1 on my list right now. If you can imagine waking up one day and finding out that one of your organs have failed, and the only other option you have is receiving an organ donation. That is something that, if you can really do it, will hit you hard. Or thinking about maybe your best friend or your mother, trying to watch them go through something that you have no control over besides getting an organ donation. It's hard for people to put themselves in the shoes unless you're actually experiencing it. It's stories like my mom's that actually get to people and hits them. Literally, you just have to think, what if my mom's life was at risk? What if I woke up one day and found out major health issues?
I want people to get educated and donate. Sit down and talk to your families, because I don't think a lot of people realize that, we are here on borrowed time and nobody is guaranteed a tomorrow. My one hope is that if I do end up getting a kid, if I do end up getting a kidney, I want to meet the family.
If my mom receives a kidney, that will be the best gift to me ever, ever, from my mom.
And I would just want to thank them, for giving me life, because that would mean more time with baby girl. So yeah.
The gift of donation gives people their lives back. In fact, one person can save up to 8 lives through organ donation and heal 75 lives through tissue donation. Talk about being a hero. Imagine having a heart or lung condition that means you need a machine to keep your heart beating or your lungs breathing. An organ transplant allows someone in this situation to receive a healthy organ and live a normal life. Tissue donation restores mobility after major injuries, heals burn patients, repairs heart defects, and can even restore eyesight. The gift of a cornea transplant allowed Lori Harris to see her children again and watch her grandchildren grow up.
My name is Lori Harris. I am from Plainfield, Indiana, and I am a cornea recipient. Probably about 20 years ago, I just had a set of twins and noticed one day that my vision was kind of blurry. Went to an eye doctor who told me that I had keratoconus and it was progressing rapidly, and he recommended that I have a cornea transplant. It was terrifying. I'd wake up in the morning and everything was at a blur because both eyes were going. I had 4 babies at home, so just that fear of not seeing them grow up, but just even in trying to take care of them on a daily basis. And I had a 3-year-old who was active, I had a 1-year-old, and I had newborn twins. So, it was a very scary time for me. I could say literally on the table when they took off my cornea and put on that donor cornea, and even though at the time they couldn't hear me and I couldn't actually speak, in my head I was screaming like, I can see, leave it right there, don't touch anything. And so when they finally took the patch and stuff off to see my kids, it was like somebody like washed a windshield and everything was clean and pretty, and I could see all my babies' little faces. I thank the donors' families for giving me that chance, that opportunity to not only see my 6 children grow up, but to see now my 12 grandchildren and to watch them grow up. And had it not been for you guys, I wouldn't be able to see my children. I wouldn't be able to see my grandchildren. And so I'm forever grateful.
When you go to the BMV to get your driver's license, they're going to ask you if you want to be an organ donor. If you say yes, you will be giving hope to people just like Dawn and Lori. So, before you answer the question, it's important you know the facts. Every 10 minutes, another person is added to the National Transplant waiting list. And, sadly, 20 of the people on the waiting list die every day because the life-saving organ they need isn't available in time. There are many myths about organ donation that could make people hesitate when they're asked to sign up as a donor. With so many people in need of help and with so many people who don't survive the wait, it is important to know the truth. Let's take a minute to set the record straight. Will hospitals do everything they can to save my life if I'm signed up as a donor? Yes, doctors and nurses are obligated to do everything in their power to save their patients' lives. In fact, hospitals don't even have access to the donor registry to know if their patient is signed up as a donor. The opportunity for organ donation is not possible until all life-saving efforts have failed. Will my family have to pay for the cost of organ donation? No. Organ donation is a selfless and generous gift to save the lives of others. Neither the donor nor their family are responsible for the cost of organ donation. Is race considered in the organ matching process? No. The transplant system is designed to avoid discrimination of any kind. Race, gender, or income are never considered during the transplant matching process. Can my family change my decision to be a donor hero? While the decision to sign up as a donor hero is yours, it's important to talk to your family. Until you're over the age of 18, your parents or caregivers must approve moving forward with donation. For that reason, it's important they know your wish to be a donor hero once you've made that decision at the BMV. That way, they can honor your wish in the event of a tragedy. The Langford family from Zionville, Indiana, understands firsthand how organ and tissue donation can offer comfort, healing, and hope.
Hi, I'm Brian Langford.
I'm Janice Langford, and we live in Zionsville, Indiana.
So our oldest son, Justin, was a donor.
Justin was 23 and a mechanical engineer, so he was actually on a work trip. He was in Arizona. The vehicle he was in, the truck he was in, flipped when they were coming back down the mountain. He was an engineer, loved technology, but then he also was a romantic and very artistic.
Yeah, he truly knew love, not only because of his faith, but because of Kelsey, who he had dated for 5 years. He had purchased the ring. It was here in the house in our safe, and he had spent a year developing a website that he was going to use in his geeky way to propose. So, Justin enjoyed life, especially just that last year of life. He just cherished each day, and he was thankful, and he wanted others to have fun. As time passes, this is that club you never want to be in. And nothing will change that, and every day is hard. But we see hope. We see that Justin's legacy continues to live. We've had the blessing of meeting 3 of his recipients and their extended family. That is healing. And to know that our impact doesn't stop when we take our last breath. And for us, we see Justin continues to impact many lives.
Do you remember our first introduction to Donna Arch? After waiting nearly 8 years, she ended up getting that life-saving kidney transplant, and she's as grateful and as happy as ever to share what life looks like today.
July 28th of 2020. Tuesday morning, I get a call around 8 a.m. The nurse on the other end was like, "Good morning," and I said, "Good morning." And she said, "Is this Dawn?" I said, "Yes, it is." And she goes, "Well, it's Indiana University." She said, "We have a kidney for you." And I just like lost it. I'm seeing the stars clearer, the moon a lot clearer, the sun's brighter. Like everything's just like intensified. So like life is good. I feel like I'm living again and I don't have any restrictions.
Now you know what it means to sign up as an organ and tissue donor. We hope you'll consider giving hope to all the people waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. Be a hero. Save a life. Sign up as an organ donor. Share your decision to be a donor hero with your family.